thought it might be fun to try and draw a fairy with realistic butterfly wings, because I have this butterfly book, and there's all different kinds of butterflies. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to make your own fantasy person or creature and then add, realistic elements. So we've practiced drawing people before, so if you don't know how to do that, you might need to go look it up, because I'm going to very quickly just kind of rough in the shape of a person, and I've done this many times. So if you need to pause and do this yourself, that would be okay. You might even be able to get a template of a person outline, but I'm just going to draw myself one. I'm going to be standing in a pretty boring position because I want to play around with the wings. Not a super realistic person, but that's okay. This is going to be my fantasy character here. Okay. So when we look at real butterfly wings, there's tons of different shapes we can have. Some wings have these long parts that come off. Some are, bumpy on the edges. Some are shaped like leaves. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go with this blue one, kind of classic, and see how we can put these shapes with this picture. So the first shape is the top wing. It's going to be sort of a triangle. So I'm going to go right behind the shoulder here, go up, back in, and across. This middle line between the wings is almost straight. Try to make that almost straight across. And now butterflies are symmetrical, so we need to have pretty much the exact same thing on the other side. Whoop. All right. And then we look at the bottom wing. It again is a triangle, but it's not as pointy as the top one. So if we imagine that it starts here, where the butterfly's body would be if it was a real butterfly, it will come out. And this one kind of has ripples, so we'll kind of make some little ripples back in. Let's try it on this side. Out, ripple, 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 in. Oh, this one I made a little bit smaller. That's okay. We can imagine that maybe this wing is starting to close a little bit. But if you want to erase and change something on yours, that's fine. Okay. So now I want to look at this really cool pattern that this butterfly has. It's kind of like a stripe, but it breaks up a little bit. So we've got one here that goes across the two wings, and one here that goes across the two wings. Now this one's broken up into kind of spots, like a dotted line, and this one starts as a stripe and then starts to break up here. Also, we can see that the butterfly has veins or lines that go through its wing a little bit. I don't know if we'll be able to put that in because that's a lot of really small detail, but it's something to remember, especially because it kind of relates in some parts to how the pattern is getting broken up. So the pattern on the bottom kind of goes across the wing. So I'm going to make just a stripe from the bottom of where that wing would be up. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now when it gets to the top wing, the stripe keeps going, but it starts to break up into these little triangle shapes. Yeah, try that. Okay. Now this stripe kind of starts off bumpy and not perfect, so I'm going to start off by making it little ovals. Alright, let's do the other side. So look at what we've got going on. So this fairy is already pretty cool. It's not just a fairy with bump bee butterfly wings. It's got a lot of details. Now, this butterfly has shading too. If I was to go and color this, I would have to think about that. But I can go and add a little bit of the dark outline. The wing has kind of a black edge to it, and that I think is going to help it stand out. Now if you were going to go and color this with pencil colors, that's awesome. That would be something you could add, is these darker sections into the blue and where the black happens. And then I did say a little bit about those veins. Maybe we can add some of those stripes to just help it look a little more like the wing is connected. Remember, that's going to spread out from the body, just like on the real butterfly. Nice! Now, I'm going to add some clothes on my fairy here to finish up the picture, and face and hair, things like that. I kind of want to reflect the butterfly pattern in the clothes. So what could I do? This butterfly has sort of stripes and spots that the stripes turn into. So maybe we can do that on my fairy's dress I'll give her. So first I'm just going to make, you know, the design of where the dress is. And then we can say, alright, what if she's got spots that turn into stripes on her dress? I think that looks pretty cool. And some hair. Eyes. Little nose and little mouth. Alright guys, so there I made a butterfly wing fairy using a real butterfly as reference. I hope you tried to draw along. Have fun and try out your own butterfly drawings. Bye bye.